Good day, everyone. This is AEC Business Transformation in the era of ARVR, embedding XR in enterprise. Today, you'll hear about how the MBCC Group is maneuvering and evolving with the help of XR through the construction industry's digital transformation. I'll share how we started the direct conversation with our customers, their reactions, go over lessons learned, and share some information on where we're headed in the next year. Architecture, engineering, and construction industry companies have essentially operated under the same organizational model for decades. Emerging technology, if harnessed correctly, can potentially disrupt traditional methodologies by fostering new processes, redefining business models, and influencing organizational structures. However, with its increasing mention of technologies such as augmented reality, virtual reality, how do we distinguish function from fantasy? My name is Ricardo Rodriguez, and I'm an architect with over 12 years of experience in the AEC industry. I went to college in Puerto Rico, where I'm originally from, and moved to the Washington, D.C. area to work for Gensler around a decade ago. As you can see, I'm quite active professionally, especially within the American Institute of Architects, where I currently hold 2 national level positions. One in the National Strategic Council, where I help lead in the Technology and Practice Work Group, and also as the board liaison to the AIAS, the Institute's student-level organization. About 2.5 years ago, I undertook my current role of Global Virtual Design and Construction, or VDC specialist, focusing on Building Information Modeling, or BIM, for Construction Product Manufacturer Master Builder Solutions Construction Chemicals Group, or MBCC Group, previously a subsidiary of BASF. I am part of a network spearheading the global implementation of VDC and BIM for both our internal businesses, but more importantly, for our customers. Coming to the realization that BIM as a methodology is a language of a connected construction industry, a couple of years ago, we launched the VDC Resource Center. The VDC Resource Center is a landing page that links our customers with our digital product content and libraries. By following the QR code on screen, you will find access to our 3D objects, BIM objects, spec and sustainability data, smart product selector tools, installation videos, and it also provides a means for connecting to our ever-growing team of VDC professionals globally. At MBCC Group, we have more than 100 years of experience turning raw materials into innovative and high-performance end products for the construction industry. Our legacy is built on superior products with expert technical support. Generally speaking, in a very simplified fashion, the diagram on screen illustrates the alignment necessary to bring a construction material solution across an enterprise and turning it into a procurable end product. The process of digitalization is not much different. We begin with the material, or in this case, the data. We process this data with the use of BIM, Building Information Modeling methodology, which is the base for all of our forward-looking solutions, including VR. As we begin our journey into the virtual realm around some 5 years ago, we have taken the same attitude of turning raw data into innovative digital products and building on our legacy of superior products with expert technical support. We've learned to empower this digital content for use in workflows and to advance the quality of access to accurate and relevant information for our customers. We know that for our customers to adapt, we must be with them on this journey. In achieving this, we've come across a few tips that have guided us. Not starting with the tech, rather focusing on the value, especially the end value to the customer. Committing to the pain of change, which is a constant. Testing the small proof of concepts that are achievable in themselves. Being transparent, especially with our failures. And pursuing the broader implications of innovation, instead of focusing on a hyper-specific niche. Today, we're all here because we believe ARVR is one of the emerging technologies which promises more impact and customer engagement. Now more than ever, the timeline to connect with our customers is accelerating, and VR is one of the most effective emerging technologies we're using. In the next few case studies we will share, you will find a glimpse into how we are using VR in product application training, as part of a blended XR experience, to introduce tools for our customers, and to simplify their workflows and maximize value. Since we have a cross-generational and a diverse group of customers, we need to engage them in a way that is relevant, educational, progressive, and well, it doesn't hurt if it's also fun. In this journey, we've learned that crafting a cross-discipline and diverse team is at times more important than having a perfect strategy on paper. And that by using VR, the education process is impactful and memorable. More so, if you kept up with the tech news, Facebook Reality Labs launched Oculus 2 a few weeks ago, and just about nearly announced the death of the mouse as an input device for computer interaction. So as we look at our customer's journey, we've identified a mix of demographics, skill sets, and level of knowledge regarding BIM and ARVR, as well as differences in their adoption to the construction industry's digital transformation. All things considered, we also looked at what our customers have in common with their design, construction, and operation workflows, and found that they're all looking at ways for simplifying their day-to-day. Specifically, to our business, we had also identified a gap between how product is intended to be used and how customers interpret or even at times misunderstand its applications. To address this, we developed tools which our customers can use to simplify their product selection, compare products, and ultimately specify and use our products successfully. However, the even bigger challenge was we found that how to get this multi-generational and diverse in their experience workforce to engage and use these tools. This is when we turned to VR. Beginning in 2015, we began engaging with customers in mixed reality at trade shows and at customer in-person engagements. Being a global company, we wanted XR experiences which could be easily transported and modified to various languages. We began using cardboard VR goggles. In the beginning, participants would download a mobile app and then later scan a QR code to which it would take them to the experience. Then they place their mobile phones into the goggles to view the experience itself. The cardboard goggles could then be taken back to their offices and shared and discussed with their colleagues. This is probably an approach that many of you are very familiar with. The benefit of this as an initial pilot included that they were memorable, interactive, intuitive, very low cost, and had a very short learning curve. On the flip side, some of the drawbacks were that the quality of the experience was very elementary, and that a post-experience connection to other user tools and that they use in their workflows was largely missing. When in 2018, as we launched our global virtual design and construction network, we quickly saw how we could empower our product tools with validated BIM content and fit both together within a complete VR experience. Therefore, as our tools became more sophisticated, we quickly moved on to developing more immersive and interactive experiences. The main motivation was to take customers directly into projects which cannot be easily visited due to safety or facility operation constraints. An equally important goal was of creating interest and excitement about our customer tools and their connection to our digital content for BIM workflows. We use the virtual experience to improve the interface between the reality of a site and our legacy of product innovation and technology. This experience we developed occurred through a BIM model in the form of a digital twin. The experience enabled a conversation between architects, engineers, contractors, and owners to see the various technologies and the digital content that produced them, all in a setting in which they compare products and view them side by side. The immersive experience also provided a cross-disciplined collaboration tool, allowing all stakeholders involved to gain insights into the installation, maintenance, and warranty issues which frequently arise over the life cycle of a facility. Upon completing the demonstration, the more experienced customers told us that they appreciated the new way of looking at job sites and products, while those new to the field liked that they could easily understand how, where, and why products are being used, or even why a particular decision was taken. One such immersive experience we wish to share with you all is this wastewater treatment plant in Spain. Wastewater treatment facilities are both dangerous and difficult to repair, as downtime has a significant impact on their operations. As mentioned earlier, BIM modeling software was used to create a digital twin of the plant, which we then loaded into a simulation with an Oculus Quest, which is basically an untethered standalone headset that allows for free movement without a physical connection to a workstation. To add to the engagement, in our immersive live booth setup, actual physical panels with material samples were provided in which participants were able to locate and touch the damaged areas found, providing a truly blended XR experience. As you can appreciate in the video being shown, typical repair and maintenance problems, which are often encountered in a wastewater treatment plant, were also depicted in the model. The experience continued as users were then asked to select tools and products to make the necessary repairs. Once the repair was made, another panel was provided which allowed participants to touch the repair areas and feel firsthand what the materials felt like. To develop the VR experience, we first produced an immersive 360 video capture. In essence, this is a geographically coordinated video recording where a view in every direction is recorded at the same time, shot using an omnidirectional camera or even a collection of cameras. While determining the visualization was the first step, having an accurate digital twin model in BIM is of paramount importance for this experience. From an architect's or designer standpoint, the low-hanging fruit are the 3D visuals, but the long-term value lies really in the interactivity of the tool as an educational channel. We believe that all sorts of organizations will increasingly rely on remote training, and similar simulations will go hand in hand with risk liability avoidance and with standard of care discussions. Pretty cool stuff, right? In another immersive experience, we developed a parking garage environment which allowed customers to see what happens aesthetically as products are all being considered in context next to each other. This allowed for users to see how materials are applied and how they terminate against each other and against other product types. Given the higher definition of graphics required and the impressiveness really of the experience, this environment required the use of an Oculus Rift, which is really a headset that's physically connected to a gaming workstation for added graphic processing power, making a seamless immersive experience. A higher degree of product data is also being offered through an interactive interface, which also demonstrated the features and benefits of using one technology in terms of products over another. Participants could thus compare products and change them interactively, which encourages the customer to consider a dialogue, which is the best solution for each product. In both VR experiences, an app was used which allowed for the VR experience to be viewed on a big screen so that other people walking by the booth could watch a 2D version of the experience while it was being done. As you can tell, it almost looks like since it's from a gaming engine, it almost looks like a video game. The actual experience also had some audio, so you could hear the cars passing by and the frequent sounds you would see in a parking garage. Definitely, this experience is a lot more immersive, but it definitely requires more computing power. So what were the results of all this? From the customer's perspective, their learning was very quick to adapt to ARVR technology, and the experience was very effective in helping them retain more knowledge about our products. It was also a fun and memorable experience to them. They enjoyed and were curious to see how a materials manufacturer was even working in VR to begin with. Customers enjoyed being curious about emerging tech, and some key clients actually requested a private demonstration in their offices or regions. This led to some potential business leads or even potential sales. From the internal company's perspective, the validation of the pilot actually was obtained directly from the experience with customers, and it was approved by our executive team to move on and expand. Experiences like this also provide tech awareness to our internal staff. Our salespeople can then better explain our products, their value propositions, and the technology behind them in general. Our social media feeds, website, and VDC landing page actually receive considerable upswings in hits and visits. For instance, our YouTube videos almost quadrupled when we uploaded the 360 experience itself. So what did we learn and what would we do differently as we continue to develop more of these experiences? Our salespeople, who are product experts really, must be trained in how VR works and how the experience is linked to BIM. Our product's digital content and how the construction industry is advancing with emerging technologies. We were able to get more business-initiated input to help enhance a sense of shared ownership on the part of the businesses. We would like to improve our interfaces to make them even more immersive and more interactive. Improving VR to give more tangible information about our products is definitely something that we're not only passionate about, but we see in a very short horizon. As we move forward, we want to enhance this learning experience to make it seamless, the experience between VR and the actual reality of a product's composition. We definitely found that the blended experiences where customers were allowed to touch and feel products at the same time as they were looking at it to VR definitely added to that experience itself. We wanted to continue to work and become part of their customers' everyday work, lighten their load and support them digitally, getting them the information that they need when they need it. As we wrap up, we want to share with you all these 4 tips that we believe will help streamline you all in developing experiences yourselves within your organizations. It's important to establish the right mindset. This is something that's definitely fueled by your organization's core values. Likewise, bringing the right team together and being broad and diverse in the selection of that team is very important. Some even say that for innovation projects like this, where at times is somewhat different than the status quo, you must sack the naysayers. But it's also equally important to define what success metrics are and have a clear process and plan to not only work through them, but to report on them. Finally, you must have an effective tech team and also some data people to help back up the product information and the product knowledge that your organization might have. So finally, I want to thank you all for your attention today, as well as Brain Exchange and the EWTS staff for the opportunity. And I'm happy to take questions from the audience. Thank you.